Growing up, I was born into a Jewish family, and I was raised with a God who was kind of looking down at me. I suffered a lot of abuse as a child, and I remember a particular time when I was 4, I was being beaten, and I was asking God to stop it, and he just wouldn't. I thought that God had abandoned me. I grew up not believing in God, thinking that God had forsaken me. So I started to find another path. I became a perfectionist, and I started to look very much towards achievement as my way of being godly. Achievement became my God. When I went to college, I had to go to the #1 school in the country. I went to Yale. Then I wanted to go to medical school, so I had to go to the #1 medical school in the country, Johns Hopkins. And then I wanted to become a surgeon, which is the hardest thing to do. So I picked the most challenging surgical specialty to get into. People said I couldn't form my own practice, and I did. I'm in solo practice, very successful. I have a home in Highland Park. I have all this achievement, everything that I've done up to this point. And, you know, an outsider looking in would be like, oh, this guy's got everything, it's perfect. But I felt very empty. I felt very unfulfilled. You know, I felt no matter what I did, I felt like I was not enough. A few years ago, my son had started coming to the church, and he asked me once, Daddy, is it okay if I go with my friend Avery up to the church? And I was like, that's wonderful. So he went, he joined the youth group, he's done all sorts of things here. And so then I walked up to the church, and I walked into Cornerstone, and Paul was giving a great sermon that day, and he was talking about no matter where you are in your life, you know, and he mentioned achievement, and he mentioned, you know, hitting a low point, and I was like, oh, he's speaking just to me. This is amazing. I just drank it in, and I fell in love with Jesus, and he saved my life.
Well, Morris, it is a great privilege. I baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
I wanted to make this public kind of confession and proclamation and union with God, and it was very important for me because I felt like, okay, I'm a Christian, okay, so why shouldn't I just go ahead and tell the world? You know, I used to have a lot of anxiety. I used to have a lot of worry. I used to always have a lot of thoughts in my mind about, what if I don't earn that money? What if I don't do that? And I don't feel anxious anymore about anything. And so for me, I enjoy very much taking care of my patients and serving the community. But I don't feel like I'm doing any of that for my glory. I'm doing it for God.